one of the other quotes that we've sort of gotten from the research is that you sort of feel that there is not actually a war on women, but there may be a war on what's inside of women. Is that accurate?
Yeah, the babies. I mean, we're killing babies all over the place.
What's going on, guys? This is Ashlee, Keyton. Look, I'm coming all in love. Heartfelt affection, okay? Ben Carson is speaking on this stage. He's just telling them simply the simple fact that killing something that is innocent is a problem. We're so messed up in the mind that we can't just say, you're right. That is wrong. We should not do that. What is the solution? That's simple, guys. It's that simple. That's all you have to say. It is wrong. I get it. What is the solution to this problem? It's not the only thing that we can do is kill the baby. That's all we can do. If that's the debate, then make that debate. What can we do? That's it. Talk about what can we do when we have a baby and we can't take care of it. What is the solution? That's it. Do you understand how psychologically ill you have to be to say that this is my only solution? Look, if you really feel like this is the only solution you have and nothing else can be a solution, then make that argument. Or if you want to say that it's not a human, then make that argument. Every time they asked him a question, he had an answer. You know how I know he had an answer? Because every time he answered the question, they moved to a different topic.
And, you know, we should be, I think people can probably understand. In my case, I spent my entire career trying to preserve life and give people quality of life, even operating on babies in the womb, operating all night long sometimes on premature babies. And I get to meet those people, you know, when they're adults and productive adults. There is no way you can convince me that they're not important, that they're just a mass of cells and that you can do anything to them.
I want to ask you this. Have you met with the women who have to make these horrendous decisions when they have to make them of whether or not they can bring a child into the world?
They tried to switch the frame, and all he said was, the babies in the womb are human. Boom. Give your answers as to why that's not true. Give your information, give your facts, give your data. Nope. I'm going to bring up the emotional argument on how do these women feel. Okay, let's talk about that, but are you going to just disregard everything I just said? Are you going to at least say, yeah, I feel... This is a productive conversation when you say, yeah, I understand what you mean. Okay, you feel like they're human lives. I get it. You know, I feel you. Now, let me ask you, though, in response to that, you know, I understand you before I just move on to my other statement, my other frame. We have answers for these questions. Do you understand why we're avoiding it? You know, if someone says, hey, you're not going to convince me that it's not a problem for me to go, you know, kill my toddler that's out the womb. And then I say in response, well, what about the parents that can't take care of these toddlers? What about how they feel? See, the danger in assuming that the child in the womb is not a real human. You understand that the logic could be used on a possible toddler? Do you think about it? Like, we're not there yet, and you can say, this is when you just assume you're right and we just go, oh, common sense, we know it's a problem to kill a toddler. No one's doing that. In other countries, they are. I'm sorry, a lot of us would not be here if we were in this generation today. I thank God that I was born before this generation, because this generation would have convinced a lot of parents to go through with it. It's a sad topic, and one girl told me, you know, Ashlee, I want to get an abortion. And I was like, why would you tell me that? Out of all people, you're telling me when you know I'm going to have a problem with what you're telling me. She's like, oh, so are you going to take care of my kid? I said, no, I'm not taking care of your kid. I'm not their dad. I said, I'll pray for you. I said, but I'm not the one who was irresponsible in bringing a child into this world. And now you just want to disregard your consequences and the blessing that God is giving you. If you have this baby and you look at him, you're not going to say, man, I wish this thing wasn't born. Most of the women that see the face in the ultrasound, they're convinced not to go through with it. That's why they would rather them not see the ultrasound. That makes them feel comfortable with going through with it. You know, so it's not, I'm not saying that I'm not like of course I'm empathetic, but we want a solution. We don't want to just say whatever.
I mean, we talk about bringing children into the world all the time, but periodically, some women feel, I just can't. And are you empathetic to them?
Very empathetic. And what I have said is that this is a job for us in the private sector. What we need to do is make sure that we provide adequate daycare centers for these mothers so that they can get their GED. We as a society have an obligation to do what's necessary to stop that cycle from occurring.
That's the problem. We have to stop getting so emotionally swayed. The Bible tells us there's not one good but Jesus. He's the only one that's good. All of us are messed up. We don't have a clear path of what morality is. We don't know. We have to depend on God. He's the only one who can tell us what true morality is. So yeah, we all have morals, but we don't know the clear way because we all have different opinions. That's how you know. So yeah, the media can convince us that it's okay to kill a child. It's crazy, but they can do that. They have the power to convince us that it is okay to do this. And they have the power to convince other countries that it's okay to kill toddlers. But guys, yeah, just think about it. Lean more on the logical side than the emotional side, please. Because how far is this going to go? I mean, just think about it, please. Don't be so sure of yourself because you're going to allow everything to pass through that touches you emotionally. I heard one person say, man, if a preacher speaks to me, if I don't cry, then it wasn't from God. I mean, come on. This is not biblical. If God speaks to you and you don't cry, then that still could be God speaking to you. Logically, is that the word of God? Is that what he said? I could go on this all day, man. If you like what I'm saying, man, if you don't like what I'm saying, let me know. Let's have a conversation. And if you don't, smash that like button. You done lost your doggone mind. You hear me? Because I'm speaking in facts. You feel me? I'm speaking in facts. For real. All right, guys. God bless y'all.